The way we do business today is very different to yesteryear. So tell us about what it really takes to do business in the digital world.
A lot of people come to my events with lots of business cards and lots of flyers and this, give this away. And I'm going, what's going to happen to your business cards once you give it away? Honestly, most people say, oh, I found it like months later in my bag and going, who's this? Or they throw them away. Lots of people don't know what to do with business cards nowadays. So I say, just ditch the business card and connect with people on Facebook. That is the new way to connect with people and the best way to keep in touch. So my biggest strategy is to have as many friends as possible on your personal profile on Facebook. And I'm not saying to do business on the personal profile. It's about sharing your life, sharing your daily in and out in your business, because that's what we're all about. As business owners, we literally work like most of our days, right? And we're passionate about this. So we want to talk about that in our personal profile, and it's really important to connect people when you meet them face to face online instead of give a business card.
So how important then would creating a personal brand be for you and your followers and the people that work with you?
Yes, it's super important to have a consistent message. However, I am not a perfectionist at all, and I had to learn how to let go and don't worry about the brand and anything like that until I actually had a super successful business and had a really stable business, and then I could afford to invest in branding, because a lot of people start with investing in the website and in branding and in everything else, and then they've got no people. And I say the first thing you need in your business is people. Once you have people, once you have clients, followers, then you can start to invest in making this a more of a professional look.
But some would say that first impressions are lasting impressions. So
yes.
If you don't make that first impression and invest in the beginning,
yes,
how then can you get that following?
Obviously, it's a fine line. I'm not saying to underdress or, obviously
yes.
You still need to be professional. However, what I'm saying is it's really important to make that impression with your personality. Because in business, especially a service-based business, people buy from you because they like you, not because you dress well. Because if you dress well and they still not like someone, they're not going to buy from them, yeah? So it's the personality that goes through the first, is the genuinity, the authenticity that people really resonate. If you're true about this question, if the audience want to reply to that question, there will be, if you see someone that is completely perfect all the time, do you really trust them? Usually you don't. Usually you trust people that are more human, that they are genuine, that make mistakes, that they're not going to be too perfect. Because perfection, we don't really trust. We don't believe that anyone can really be perfect all the time.
So you work with entrepreneurs predominantly, right?
Yes.
So if somebody was in their 9-to-5 job and they wanted to quit the corporate world, so to speak, and
yes.
come on over, what kind of advice can you give them? Where to start? What can they do to sort of make that leap and have what you're having?
So, really easy. Start your following. Be active on social media, start your following, get people to know who you are, go to networking events, online and offline, consistently growing your network. It will be the first thing to do. Because that's what I did. I didn't have a business and I had people. That's all it mattered. And then from there, I started to create a brand, and from there was the awareness, and from there, everything exploded.
So collaboration is really, really important, isn't it?
Oh, yes, 100%.
So with these meetup events, how easy is that to form that and to keep that running? What does it really take?
When I first started, I was struggling a little bit in collaborations because I didn't have a big enough network. As the network grows, everything else around it grows as well, because it's all about numbers. When people see that you have a big network, they're going to go, I would like a piece of the pie. And they're going to start to be interested in collaborating. But if we have a very small network, people are going to go, no, I'm not going to collaborate with you. What's in it for me? So it's always going to be a win-win situation. So collaborations on Meetup is huge, especially if your group is big. If the group is about 1,000, 2,000 people, you can collaborate with anyone. It's fantastic.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, you have a larger-than-life personality online, clearly, because you are now Australia's Meetup Queen. And you're Italian. Your personality is truly phenomenal. So, but tell me, it wasn't always like this, was it? You grew up with quite a challenging childhood.
Yes.
Like probably 95% of us out there perhaps, but seriously, you have a story.
Yes.
Tell us about what it really took to shift from the person that you grew up to be.
Yeah.
Take us back to the person that you were growing up, to what it took to achieve to who you are today. What did it really take?
Yes. Look, it was interesting. I would have never, ever, ever in a million years think that I was going to be a successful business owner. Never. I didn't think I was going to be good enough. I didn't think I was worth it. I didn't think I had anything to offer to anyone. I grew up in a family of very high achievers. And when I was about 4, I was failing at everything. I was trying to play piano, like my brother is an amazing musician, and I was failing big time. So I started to create a limiting belief in my head that I was not ever going to achieve anything. So I became really good at procrastinating, like really good, like the queen of procrastination. And I started to, everything I did, I found a way to get away from it because I knew I was going to fail. So I'm not going to do it, so I don't fail, so I'm winning. So obviously in our head, we're always looking for pleasure and moving away from pain. So for me at the time, thinking that I wasn't smart enough and good enough, I thought that the pleasure was not doing anything. That's fantastic, so I'm not going to fail. But that obviously long term is not going to work, yeah? And so when I got to about 19, I was living in this little town in Italy, and I felt like I was not belonging there. I felt like there was more to life and I wanted to explore. So I left and I went to London, and that was, I think, the big step, a really defining time in my life, I think, because I started to realize, right, there is more to life than just Italy. And I mean, I love Italy. Italy is beautiful. However, in the place where I didn't feel I could grow, and I didn't feel I could find who I really was, and I didn't think I had a passion. I thought I was one of those people that don't have passions. But then, as I started to move from London to Spain and then to Greece and then back to Italy, I realized that I was still searching for who I was. I was living a life that my dad wanted to be either super successful or marry someone really rich and successful. One of the two. I couldn't do anything else. And that didn't sit well with me. I wanted to be me, and I didn't want to follow the money. I was actually pretty much against money because I thought money would make people sad because my family is pretty wealthy, and I didn't believe the money would help families to stay together and be happy because my family fell apart because of money. And so I spent quite a few years of pretty much avoiding money and being really like against money because I was afraid that money was the cause of, unhappiness, until I started to study personal development. And personal development was the biggest learning in my life because I thought, we need to teach this stuff to school, to kids, to everyone. Everyone should know that they can achieve everything they want. And my biggest mission is to help 15 years old to understand that they can achieve everything they want. When I was 15, I wasn't in the best mindset space. And I didn't have the tools to get out of it. So there was a lot of self-sabotage and not very good place. And so that's my passion, is to help teenagers in that 100%. So how did I get out of it? Is I started to study personal development. I started to attend personal development courses, NLP, Tony Robbins. I was listening to Tony Robbins literally like all day and night, all the time, until I started to realize that everything I want I can achieve. I just need to change this. And now I love money. And I love money because I realize that I can give jobs to people with money. I can make a difference in people's lives. I can, give up back to charity. I can give it to my mom and buy her a business class ticket to come and visit and stay here for 3 months. And, there's good that you can do with money. Money is not for greedy people, and money, it depends on who the person you are. Money is not going to change you.
Interesting.
Yes.
That is a very powerful story.
Thank you.
Now, tell me about the second book that you wrote, Bums on Seats.
Yes.
It's quite an interesting... You collaborated with Natasha Denman.
Yes.
Tell me about... that's the book. Tell me about this interesting book.
Yes.
What's in here? How can it help entrepreneurs?
Yeah, well, Natasha is a really successful business owner. You had her here on your show. She's amazing, and she's actually an amazing collaboration that we have together, and she's also my sister from another mother. And when I met her, she was already on $1 million business, and I was still on a very small 6-figure business back then. And she said to me, "You're the only person that I haven't collaborated with, well, that I want to collaborate, because we didn't collaborate yet." She said, "You're the first person that works as hard as me to put bums in seats. We need to write a book together." And I was like, "Really? Like, this super successful person wants to collaborate with me and write a book? Shut up!" Like, literally, that's what I was saying. And that's when Natasha said, "Yeah, because you do it organically, and then we need to teach that to people." So I said, "Yeah, well, that's what my business is about, so absolutely." And I was more than happy to share it with her, because Natasha and I would do 3 masterclasses a year together as well. And, you know, it's always more powerful when you put 2 brains together and teaching people that. So this book is amazing, and you can actually get the tips on how I grew my business from a 6-figure business to $1 million business in literally 3 years.
And there it is right there, the
Right
power
there.
of collaboration.
Yes, 100%.
Amazing, amazing. So give us 3 powerful tips to grow our business today. What will it be?
All right, so number 1 is grow your network. 100% grow your network, online and offline. I say go from invisible to invincible on social media is number 1 thing. So whatever you can do to grow your network is going to change your business forever. Number 2 would be start to delegate to other people. Don't do it all by yourself. As business owners, we have so many hats, and we think that we can do it all so we can save money, but actually saving money means start to delegate to other people, other experts. They're going to be able to do the things that we're not good at, and we're going to get there faster. Yes, you're going to invest some money in it, but that is the shortcut to it. And number 3, which is my favorite one, is invest in courses, especially mindset courses and community courses. Things that are going to help you to have a community around your peer group, people that are going to support you to take your business to the next level. Don't do it alone. You don't need to.
Oh, that's amazing. There you have it. 3 amazing tips. Thank you so much for visiting us today, Francesca.
Thank you
Delighted.
so much. Thank you for having me. I loved it.
Awesome. Thank you.
High five.
Well, I hope you've been inspired by my featured guest, Francesca Moy. We talked about so many interesting things today that can create some powerful conversations, so feel free to head on over to creativehubacademy.com and start a conversation today. And once you're there, be sure to subscribe to our incredible content-rich and super creative news forum. Also, if you would like to be featured on our show, be sure to download our free 7 steps to get you camera ready. This will help you show up as the best version of you on camera, because the world is waiting for you to show up, be seen and heard, and share your message. You were born with a purpose. Thank you so much for watching CHTV. I'm Christina, your host, and I'll see you next time.